Since before the launch of the Atari VCS, I've been a dedicated member of the Atari community as one of the resident youngheads, and I tend to speak about the positive of the Atari VCS, Jaguar, and the Lynx on my channel, despite some of the negative clashback that they've received in the past. Over the past 3 years of having my Atari consoles, I've had a ton of fantastic experiences. Regarding the VCS, I have purchased 2 of them. I maintain one VCS as a computer, which I use daily, and my main VCS, which is used for gaming exclusively. I feel that it's important to remember where hardware such as this begins and how far it's come. As such, I would like to take this time to revisit some of the launch titles of the Atari VCS and give them proper reviews, as you don't hear much about the launch titles anymore, and I feel they deserve some proper revisiting. This is the Atari Throwback. Made by a company called Pixel Games, Siggy Fart is a colorfully crafted retro-style game that takes inspiration from the likes of Ghosts and Goblins and combining it with gameplay elements similar to Mario Bros. Like any other platformer, gameplay mechanics are simple, yet in-game engagement is difficult enough to keep the player on their toes. There's a small but reasonable cult following for this game, and speedrunners have known to beat the game in as quickly as 18 minutes. If I personally blaze through the game and make 0 detours, I find myself able to speedrun the game in 21 to 22 minutes on average, but I have yet to bring my time down to the 18-minute mark. Siggy Fart was featured on the Atari VCS as a launch title at the price of $4.99, and to this day is one of the first games I would recommend to any new Atari VCS user. If the player decides to traverse the game casually, you can get an easy hour of gameplay from start to finish. For the more explorative types, this may be ideal. However, if you wish to join the League of Speedrunners, Siggy does reward the player with the record time and percentage of completion. Completion is based on gold letters collected and hidden passages located. Siggy offers great replay value and takes advantage of the Atari VCS Classic joystick. There is not enough great things to say about this title, and as such should be one of the first games you buy when you turn on your Atari VCS. Siggy can also be found on other platforms too, such as PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and Steam. Definitely give this game a try. Mad Age and This Guy is a product produced by Arctic Wolf Games and offers a unique puzzle experience on your Atari VCS. In this steampunk world, you play as a nameless hero simply known as This Guy, who is part of a secret elite agency tasked with stopping the nameless evil scientist and his drove of robots. Taking place in the Victorian era of the 1800s, robots and advanced technology is only something of nightmares. Mad Age takes its inspiration from the likes of Bomberman and early puzzle games such as the 1982 classic Shokoban, where the object is to move your boxes and barrels around to trap robots and blow them to smithereens. With 3 worlds to explore in Mad Age, you're certain to have hours of puzzle and bomber action. Mad Age will force you to think outside the box. You'll encounter several types of robots and other obstacles that aim to do one thing, and that's burn you to a cinder. Mad Age is definitely a game I didn't expect to enjoy so much, as up until recently I wasn't a huge fan of puzzle games, but I found that Mad Age starts off simple enough until the game ramps up in difficulty. Mad Age offers a collectathon experience where in order to get the full experience of the game, you are challenged with collecting all items and destroying all of your enemies before starting the next level. Although this isn't required to complete a level, I still felt compelled to continue on anyways, only after I had collected everything. Priced at $3.99 on the Atari VCS, Mad Age and This Guy is an easy recommendation for any Atari VCS enthusiast, and definitely deserves a proper playthrough. Among the release titles, Pixel Games also released Sir Lovelot, a platformer chock full of secret pathways and annoyingly aggressive environments that makes this game a challenge. Reaction time is perhaps a key factor to overcoming the obstacles in this game. In Sir Lovelot, the plot is definitely open to interpretation, but you won't have to think too deeply about the world he resides in. Sir Lovelot is more than just a wall-climbing, fireball-shooting mystical knight. He's also a player at heart, who is trying the best he can to find a place of rest for the evening. Leave no question about it. To win the hearts of his fair maidens, he must collect all of the gold and flowers he can to appease the maidens' gluttonous desires. Bonus points if he can find the golden goose. In return, Sir Lovelot is granted entrance into the maiden's forbidden chambers, for a few matters of speaking. After a long night of coitus, Sir Lovelot is kicked out from the castle by an obviously upset maiden, and rather than getting caught up on the details, he moves on to the next maiden who is certain to give him sanctuary. Sir Lovelot retails at $9.99, which for some may say is too much, but I feel the price is just right for 40 levels and 4 worlds to explore. Sir Lovelot is an experience to say the least and would fit just right with anyone's game library. Along other launch titles, I want to go ahead and get out of the way apps and game streaming services, as Antstream Arcade and Air Console are two fantastic platforms for retro and party gaming. Definitely grab this if you have a VCS. Finally, for Episode 1, as an honorable mention, Atari Vault 1 comes free on every Atari VCS console, and you can purchase the sequel for more Atari classics for only $5. However, I can't recommend these as you'll get way more bang for your dollar if you purchase Atari 50, which, like Vaults 1 and 2, which are great in their own ways, takes advantage of the classic controller, giving you that genuine Atari feel. Did I also mention that Atari 50 comes with Jaguar and Lynx titles? Well, now you know. This has been Episode 1 of the Atari Throwback, and I've been Kazdan Azan with Kraz Productions. Thanks for watching.